Welcome to the anniversary, the first anniversary of the MG4, currently in our possession. Currently disguised as a Batmobile, the MG4 is described as a hot hatch. Certainly got some nice features on the tail end. The full display inside the console on two rather nice displays. No round dials here, it's all digital. For those who cannot see, oh, there you go. I just took a picture, but never mind, that's not what I'm here about. Currently at 87%, 230 mile range. With a full charge, 100%, currently in this seasonal temperature, mileage is expected around 265 miles. And possibly more. The air conditioning obviously is a factor. Once you have the air conditioning on, your mileage rate does decrease. So that's touch up, turns off a touch of a button. And the range has gone from 230 to 242 miles, simply by turning off the air conditioning. Okay, that could be a bit uncomfortable in hot weather, so let's consider that. However, many features available, including the settings of the background, language of course, the time, Bluetooth, volume, system settings, USB storage, and an online user manual. Various driving modes are also considered. However, there are some things that I gladly turn off. For example, the lane assistance and the lane departure assist should go off because it is appalling. That's the only deficit of this system. The camera above the console here, hidden behind this here lump, recognises street signs and speed limits and that sort of thing, but it also fails to detect some lines and detects too many where there aren't any. So if possible, we turn that off and we confirm it. Unfortunately, it has to be done every journey. It would be nice if we could actually turn it off permanently. However, the driving modes, we have got snow, eco, normal, sport and custom. Energy recovery I have set to high, which means that the regenerative braking is good and charges the battery as you slow down or go downhill. Energy saving mode is not turned on, but it is now. So the other convenient things, there are some touch buttons on the menu system on the steering wheel, and they can be programmed to do various things, and the locking facilities. Lighting, you can actually flip the button on the key fob and the lights will come on so you know where the car is, and also will show you the way home, of course, lighting up your path so you can see to open your front door and that sort of thing. There's some feedback, either flashing lights or flashing and horn. Don't like to use the horn, especially late at night when you come home when you lock the car. Flashing lights is just fine. You don't want to wake your neighbours up. Safety features, we can actually turn off the power. For example, if we're sat for a long time in a queue or stationary traffic on the motorway due to an ice car on fire, or a diesel car on fire for that matter, we can actually turn off the power. Right, what else have we got here? We've got a full radio system. In this car we have DAB, we have USB music from mobile phone, and we have got FM and medium wave. So it's a full car entertainment system. Volume is not only controlled from the front of the dash, also from the stalk on the steering wheel. Auto lighting. When you set off on a night journey and you're in an unlit street, the main beam comes on, but if it detects something coming the other way, then it will automatically dip the beam. Very, very useful. One small drawback, but not a significant one due to the aerodynamics of the car, is that there is no rear windscreen wiper. But the airflow over the car keeps it fairly clean, so I've not had any issues with it in the year that I've been using it. And in the future years to come, because I don't see changing this car is of any benefit. It's absolutely superb. Driver has full control over windows and doors, locking mechanisms available both there and just ahead of the driver's door opener. Various menus are attacked using the push buttons on left and right of the steering wheel, including mobile phone usage. Very handy if you've got your phone on Bluetooth. You can actually answer the phone whilst you're driving to tell people, call back when I'm stationary. Just in case anybody likes to criticise that. Being a radio ham, I have to have my equipment in the car, but this is a very interesting radio. It's a Yaesu Fox Tango 8900 quad band FM transceiver. Its main body is out of sight, leaving me just to use a modified mobile phone holder with a rubber gripper pushed into the air slot in just above the center console. Gear changing is accomplished with a rotating button. Left for reverse, right for drive, center for neutral, and P for park in the middle. There is a button for the emergency brake, but the brakes come on automatically when you come to a halt anyway, and push P and all brakes come on. Back seat space is enormous. A family of 5 can easily fit in here with plenty of legroom. Headrests for the left and right passengers, of course, and the boot space is enormous. Like most modern cars these days, there is no spare wheel, so the boot is cavernous to say the least. What I haven't got in this car at the moment is an external charging lead, something I have to consider if I'm going to use it on a public charging system, if there is no tethered lead. But if I just move the camera around to focus on the rear view mirror, you can see on the wall behind me is our pod point 7 kilowatt charger, which adequately services the car for its power needs throughout a period of about 5 to 6 hours, from about 30% to 100%. The boot space is quite cavernous. What I said about the lack of spare wheel is made up for an electric pump and a cylinder of hole filler. There is a towing eye. There are special instructions for towing electric vehicles, of course, as you never tow them with the driven wheels on the ground. And usually the MG4 is rear wheel drive. But the good thing about it is that the turning circle is absolutely stupendous. Right, just a little drive, accompanied by all sorts of musical noises. But you'd be forgiven, you're driving an ordinary car. Into drive, off we go. So you're on standard speed. 15 miles an hour, so quiet. It earns its title of hot hatch. I'm not going to do it here, of course. It's 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds. But just driving quietly around the development on which I live. It is a dodderel. Visibility is excellent for the two very large wing mirrors and the rear central mirror, which has got an auto dip function. You can come up with somebody who's less considerate than yourself with headlights. It automatically will darken the rear view mirror. So you said with the air conditioning off, the range is presently at 87%. It's 242 miles. Whether that equates to real mileage is yet to be tested, but I have driven this vehicle down to York and back, and down into Harrogate and back, and it's required a charge only on the return. That is at home. Never used a public charging point. So there's people who are worried about how far you go on the car, whether you're capable of using an electric vehicle. Then why don't you go out for a test drive? Particularly this coming weekend at Harrogate, where there is Electric Live, a show on at the I forget what it is the TEC or the YEC at Harrogate. So you can have a test drive on the various electric vehicles if you wish. So you're quite forgiven for the feel of it being a normal car, except for the rather strange shaped steering wheel, which quite honestly is just a tiller, because the steering is considerably light. Fully built power steering, of course. And here we are back at my development. The only thing this vehicle does lack is a rear view camera. But this is the MG4 Long Range. There are 3 models, I believe. Short range, normal range rather, the long range, and then you got the extra special one. And of course you've got the beeps to let you know that everything is working. Right, that was a quick around the block rather. What else can I tell you about the vehicle? If you haven't driven an electric vehicle, go and test drive one before you make any complaints. because this one is really special. Bye for now.